And I wonder like how many people have like mental health problems and they have no idea that it's like, oh, did you have pepperoni last night? Did you have raw carrot sticks last night? Do you know what I mean? Like they don't even know that like, oh, that food's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even think, especially if it's a quote unquote healthy food, like carrot sticks, like I gave an example. It's like, for some people, it's like, maybe that's not the food for you, man. You
exactly.
know?
When you and I first met, it was end of 2020. There was some weird stuff happening in the world. And looking back, obviously, like we've changed tremendously, both of us, which is obviously the goal, to grow together and grow as people. But I remember you were like struggling quite a bit with mental health. Like, do you feel like I've noticed a difference? Do you feel like there's like a change or?
Oh yeah. Okay. I feel like I can manage stressful situations.
Do you think that's what it boiled down to? Like the management of stress? Or do you think that at that time you were like using a certain medication? Do you find that maybe like you still needed like a help, but it was the wrong help?
That's true. I actually never thought that like maybe because I was taking sertraline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never even thought that maybe that was actually making it worse.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even consider that. I knew it wasn't making me better. It was allowing me to sleep, which was a problem. But I didn't even think that maybe it was affecting my mood like long-term negatively.
I noticed
specifically though, like managing stressful situations.
Yeah. Like I noticed it did feel like it dampened you.
Yeah, that's what they say it does, right?
Yeah.
Dulls you.
But then when you had like, say, let's call it an episode or something, it was like extreme.
Yeah, I would have like panic attacks.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word though, right?
They were.
Were they?
They were. Yeah.
It's only recently, like after talking with you, that like I realized, like I guess that's what a panic attack is.
Yeah.
Like it's only recently that I would actually tell people like, yeah, I guess I used to have panic attacks. Because at the time, I would just say I have challenging mental health episodes. But I would have never said I panicked.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that now, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't think that's panicking. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I was.
You were, because you were like, I can't change how I'm feeling right now.
Like, what's the big like symptom of that? Like the big symptom of panicking is that you feel like there's no way out.
Yeah, like you're trapped.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I did that. Yeah,
so,
I'm way better now.
So obviously you got off the meds. Do you remember how we did that?
Shrooms.
Yeah. Microdose.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Yeah, you didn't do that very long either.
No. Do you remember like a month? Probably maybe less.
Maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, do you remember you Googled like a dose to microdose? To be clear, we were microdosing. That's how I got off. I wasn't taking doses to get high. The goal was to microdose my way to wean off the sertraline, because sertraline historically is challenging to come off of, especially quickly.
Yes, and we did have help with the pharmacist that I used to work with.
Yeah, that's right. He gave us
he helped, and that was good.
Yeah,
because at least it was like like because he even said like the dose you were on, like it
was already low.
You're super sensitive to compounds in general. So because he was like, this is ideally the dose you just stop. Yeah. But we explained to him like you couldn't do that. And then he gave, okay, this is how you would do it. It was like, one every other day, then one every third day, then one every whatever you did. Yeah. So then obviously you microdose. Oh yeah. And then it was the dose that I thought was a microdose. And I think
it is technically still.
It is. It's like, was it like 20?
You gave me 200 micrograms.
Yeah.
200 micrograms, which is 0.2 of a milligram. 0.2 of a milligram. And I think that is technically
did I give you 200 milligrams?
No. 200 micrograms. It might have been 200 milligrams.
No, because like one gram gets you good.
I think it was 200 milligrams.
I think it was 0.2.
You're right.
Not 0.02.
You're right. Because then we moved to 0.2 to 0.4, right? We ended up 0.04, 0.02. Because that'd be micrograms.
We did 0.2 and then we did 0.1.
Yeah.
Anyways, when you did the 0.2.
It was too high. I felt actually a little bit high. And I was like, Sam, I'm like legit high right now.
I was like, this dose should not make you high.
This is at like 9:30.
You were working.
This is at 9:30 in the morning or something. Yeah. Not like high.
No. You're like, just
like,
that like almost dizzy.
It felt like I had like a pint.
Oh,
yeah. It was like I had a drink and I was like, ooh, something's different. A little buzz. But yeah, that's not what I was looking for. I needed.
Yeah.
But then we dropped the dose and I stayed with that like daily for like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, you did great.
Yeah. And it seemed to work. Like who knows how much it actually helped, but that alongside the taper that was recommended by the pharmacist.
Yeah.
Seemed to work. So I ended up coming off it and feeling fine. Like no, I think I had some minor, right? Just feeling weird, but it was never anything serious that I felt like I had to up my dose or anything. It was all,
not one panic attack since you stopped the antidepressants. Not one.
But hang on. So we also changed a few other things. You encouraged me to go completely gluten-free.
Yes.
The thing is, I don't remember the timeline on these things. So you encouraged me to go completely gluten-free. That appeared to help when I took wheat products and gluten-containing products completely out, as close as I could. Right up to like not consuming like soy sauce or Worcestershire sauce or any of that stuff. So pretty close. Like I'm still, when I go to restaurants, for sure there's cross-contamination, for sure. But other than that, I do my best to like, you know what I mean? If I know gluten's in there, I won't eat it. I won't have a bite or anything.
Which sometimes like, okay, restaurant meal,
yeah,
you're not in the kitchen, you can't see what they're doing. It might explain like certain days you felt bad the next day.
Could be, or the day after that, or who knows what the time
right?
is.
Because now we haven't been eating out.
Because we used to eat out.
And you've been feeling great.
Yeah, it's true. So came off sertraline. That maybe helped. Probably helped. It definitely helped with my personality. Right? Just like functioning.
Yeah, like you were happier and then maybe you were sadder, but there was more variety.
I could feel joy.
Yeah.
Then went gluten-free. And then I started taking testosterone.
Yeah.
And that one for sure I noticed a difference. Gluten-free too, right? Both I noticed a difference. Both on my mental health.
Yeah.
Right?
You did.
Yeah.
It was a
yeah, I chose
now you
to
missed your beer, but
yeah. Not even that much.
But not even
that much. But
you've evolved to cigars and scotch or
But it is like very interesting, how like those things all together. Like what? How often do you think I would have like an episode? Once a week?
Of what? Panic?
Yeah.
No. Like the big attacks?
Often?
The big attacks?
I don't know.
They weren't that close.
No?
You'd have like anxiety-filled moments.
Yeah.
The test, in my opinion, and what we've seen anecdotally, is like really helping you manage stress.
Which is interesting because I didn't test my testosterone before. So I don't even know that I was low. I just started taking it and I was prepared to come off it if I needed to, but I took it and I just ended up feeling I ended up feeling like I know Huberman talks about that, the whole aspect of like testosterone makes effort feel good. So then like in a situation that requires effort and is inherently stressful, you can like attack it more confidently. And which is that's healthy, especially for a man, right? So it's like, or humans in general functioning in life. But that would explain probably like me having like testosterone now like artificially present exogenously. It's like now I can actually, like that's probably the effect, right? So I'm having these stressful situations, but I'm not reacting maladaptively. I'm like reacting like I can do this.
Yes. And I think it also, as much as like, obviously it plays a huge role because it's a real,
hormone
going in your body.
Yeah.
There are still moments when you'll tell me like, oh, I feel low energy today, or I feel like this or this. Do you think then that you even just knowing that you're taking it, like there's a bit of placebo behind it too?
There always is, for sure. Yeah. Because that's like, you can't take out the placebo.
Yeah.
Like now that I know.
So do you think though that has helped you in terms of like, you're having a low energy day, but you're like, well, I'm taking tests, so like I'll be okay?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think so, actually.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause you're like, especially now that I know it helped. Like in the first, I've been taking tests now for a year and a half or something. Probably, right?
Yeah, and like
year?
And like the majority of that time has been
12 to 16 months or something. Low dose.
TRT ish level.
And I think
What's ish?
Yeah. But I think I don't know. Like, yeah, it's definitely like I think I need enough time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at the start, I wouldn't have known what it was doing until you and I had 6, 8, 10, 12 months to look back and be like, yo, like, where are the panic attacks? And then we realized like, okay. But I think it took enough time. Now that I know that, yeah, probably it acts as like a positive placebo.
Yeah.
Because now I know like, oh, that helped me.
Yeah.
And I'm continuing to take this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
And then
I'll take it.
And then obviously it helps with like the training aspect as well.
Yeah.
Which is like a benefit for you because you're trying to
like prepping for
get stronger and compete more.
Yeah.
And obviously it helps with that.
Yeah.
And like, do you find that, I guess like you wouldn't say you get like too many negative symptoms? Like the net, of you being on it is positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? I mean, like the only negative, right, is just going to be managing long-term effects.
Yeah.
Right. Long-term effects.
Yeah.
Which taking like any type of exogenous hormones.
Yeah.
And drugs.
Yeah.
So, which we're aware of. So like just managing those is going to be key.
Do you find that it helps with like, do you feel more creative on testosterone?
No.
No?
Well, maybe by proxy. I don't know if that's a magical thing to testosterone, but I do think it may put me into a state that by proxy, I'm now available to be creative.
Yeah, because like obviously we're talking a lot about physical symptoms.
Yeah.
Or physical, I guess, benefits or whatever, right? You're stronger. I guess managing stress, kind of psychological.
No, that was all mental. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it was all mental. That was all psychological.
I guess I was looking for like because there's like a stress management side, and then there's like a like creative, like with business, right? You need like some kind of drive to be a business owner.
I think the way it helps with that is like testosterone is like inherently dopaminergic, right? Like it helps with dopamine function. So that being like the neurotransmitter like involved with like your reward system.
Yeah.
It helps you. I think it helps me with being like driven and ambitious and like goal oriented for sure. Like I feel more, not all the time, but just I probably feel more motivated.
And so I know that you've had some clients.
Yeah.
Also start up using hormone replacement.
They've been prescribed hormone replacement, yeah.
And you've seen a difference in them as well.
Yeah.
And that's
one in
cool.
particular for sure.
That's very cool.
Yep.
So like obviously with the state of it's in the news, but it's not.
What's that?
Like men's testosterone declining.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like people know, but it's not bad enough yet to like.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like we're seeing a lot of fertility issues, but it's not it. Like there's IVF. Like we'll deal with like testosterone and sperm counts later.
Yeah.
It's like that's a Band-Aid. And I think that if men at a younger age don't get tested for their testosterone levels sooner, they will end up with more problems.
Yeah, probably. And to be honest, like, to cover the base on like the angle also that like, I mean, taking a medication that you don't need is also a Band-Aid.
Yeah, fair.
Right? So it's like,
fair.
Like I didn't to be transparent, I didn't get tested before.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't know if I needed it when I took it, but I willingly took it knowing this. And it ended up being positive for the effects that I wanted, right? And something that I was willing to like partake in. But really, like, it's probably irresponsible to do that for most people, right? Like, you really should be like, you don't really need to take anything unless you know that your body's deficient in it, or, you know, you're showing symptoms that it would likely point towards a deficiency in something like that, right? Like, you should be finding some type of marker to tell you that, hey, you should be taking this. And that's what your doctor's for, obviously.
Yeah. So then what do you think about people like taking supplements? Like, so is there a blood test you could do for like magnesium levels?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can test your mineral status.
So what do you think about like a client comes to us and they're telling us a few symptoms, and we will, you know, recommend, or maybe they've heard a nutritionist recommend, or they've heard their doctor, you know, take magnesium.
Yeah.
But they've never actually gotten it. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a good question. My take on that is that, I mean, like, recommending it, we need to be careful about, but you can kind of softly suggest it to people based on, like, their intake form and the information that you get from them.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it is like kind of like a risk benefit assessment. Like, magnesium for most folks poses as like a very low risk.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I look at that.
So you're saying
extra
like
minerals for most
reward.
folks is going to be healthy, particularly like folks that are living in the modern world.
Okay.
Right. So that's how I look at that. With supplements, some supplements, maybe ashwagandha is a good example. Something like that, like you've had negative effects with. I'm pretty sure I did. And it's not uncommon for some people to have pretty negative effects with that for whatever reason, just personal reactions. So something like that, like, I think because I know that, I would be way slower to like push people in the direction of ashwagandha because of that.
And people don't realize, like, they think like, oh, this is just a natural supplement I can go grab off a shelf.
Yeah.
Like, some of them are very powerful.
Oh yeah.
Like you're taking niacin.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And you're like full flush niacin.
Yeah.
And that's some powerful stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's 100%. Just not like a vitamin D capsule you take and like you don't feel it at all. Like, you feel it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's crazy because you don't get that with every supplement.
Right.
But people are like, yeah, I need some B vitamin, and they'll take it and then they get this reaction and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so bad for me, when really it's beneficial, right?
Yeah.
But then I think along with the ashwagandha stuff, I think that like people would have to be careful with like a lot of fat soluble vitamins.
Because you can build up.
Right? Mm-hmm. So like what, vitamin A,
D, E, K.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially if they have higher fat, body fat anyways and stuff like that. So,
but again, they can test for those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
to actually see,
like,
and those aren't perfect either, but I mean, if you're going to supplement, like, it makes sense.
Get your blood work.
Yeah. I would have been interested to see what my test was.
We don't have any tests from before. I thought we did.
No, well, I took tests. I took testosterone in like 2015 or 2016 for like a month, and then stopped for like a month. Didn't know what I was doing, and it was that was enough that it totally shut off my natural production. So then when I went to get tested a few weeks after that, I showed almost zero test. It was very close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have that Life Labs.
Did you worry about that?
Probably.
What did you do about it?
I didn't do anything.
Oh.
I don't think. Yeah. I might have had like Nolvadex or some, I don't know, random like conventional PCT thing, like, but I didn't.
Old school stuff.
Yeah. I didn't do anything, I don't think. And so, I mean, I probably recovered fine from a month of test, right? Likely was fine.
Yeah.
But who knows what would happen? Like, I played a lot of football. Not a lot of football. I played enough that it was like
pituitary gland.
3 or 4 years of football.
Yeah.
So it was enough that, I mean, now that what we know with like head trauma, it's like every practice and every game throughout the entire season is all like head trauma. Like, that's all micro head traumas or macro. I don't know. Like, but they might not be enough at the time to diagnose as a concussion.
Mm.
But like, I'm no head trauma expert, but like, I don't know what that threshold is, but it's enough to have some non-zero amount of damage. Like my head would hurt all of football season every year.
So obviously that's affecting pituitary gland.
Probably affecting a lot of things. So, and we know that those can affect hormone function, right?
Yep.
So I do wonder how much that affected my mental health. And then also if that had affected maybe testosterone. I don't know, but that's the thing I don't know because I didn't get it tested after that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, but yeah, as far as experimentation goes, like what we've noticed subjectively, right? Like with mental health, like I feel way better.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many people, right? Like diet for me too is huge, right? With nutrition, like I'm very sensitive with nutrition. So I notice that certain things really harm me or certain things really help me. So I have to be really careful. And I wonder like how many people have like mental health problems and they have no idea that it's like, oh, did you have pepperoni last night? Did you have raw carrot sticks last night? Do you know what I mean? Like they don't even know that like, oh, that food's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even think, especially if it's a quote unquote healthy food, like carrot sticks, like I gave an example. It's like, for some people, it's like, maybe that's not the food for you, man.
Exactly.
Know?
Or maybe you have to cook them. Maybe you can't do raw veg.
But they just wouldn't, I wonder how many people like that's their deal. And they have no idea. And then you get put on medication. See, and that would be a case where it's like you get put on medication, to be honest, like taking testosterone as medication prescribed by your doctor or not, whatever. Like that would, not be the ideal route because, do you know what I mean? Like you still haven't figured out, like at the same time when I started testosterone with my situation that I wanted to go that route, it's like I also took out gluten. I also weaned off sertraline. Like I did a number of different things and all of those together seemed like at least at the time too. I didn't do them all at the same time.
Yeah.
But they were all within probably a year, right?
Yeah. Within
even 6 months. Yeah. Might have been all within 6 months, but they all seem to have a positive effect.
Yeah.
Who knows how much, but to a degree, all of them had some non-zero amount of effect. So that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. And I also, so now you're working with a new coach for powerlifting. And obviously it's beneficial to work with him because
ASMR. Oh yeah. Alex, you get that?
Because he has like experience.
We're vying for a sponsorship.
So yeah, Mate Libre. If that was a commercial, you got to move your fingers so you can
zoom up.
See the can.
Horrible.
They're holding it like this, and they're trying to.
I'm just completely covering it. Mate Libre.
He's helping you with obviously his experience on the with like,
so
hormone usage.
Right.
He also has you training differently than you've used to train. So you were like 6 days a week, hated missing the gym, even if you were feeling crappy, you did not miss the gym. And now you're still doing that, but you're doing it differently. So you're doing your 4 training days and then you're literally going just to walk.
And that's not even because I missed the gym. It's because I realize how much for me, my mental health is really good with cardio. Just moving, like walking.
Need movement.
Yeah, movement feels real good.
And it's ironic because like that's what you named your gym.
Yeah, it's true.
Which like has nothing to do with this, but
it works.
Yeah. Do you feel good with that? Like I always find that you're in a good mood when you like once you're like done walking or done training.
Yeah.
Once you get a good pump.
Yeah.
Literally.
The pump is a cure. No, yeah, the walking feels way better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I really made much of a concerted effort like for that in the past.
Yeah.
Other than like when I was playing sports and you just naturally do that.
Yeah.
But like with training at the gym, and I don't even do much of it right now. Like it's still probably a lot for me actually. Like I probably get 3 hours of walking in.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you go on all your off days. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I get 3 hours of, about 3 hours of walking in a week, which helps me a ton. Feels way better. I do it all on my rest days.
Yeah, you get a little sweat on.
But yeah, no, I work with Stu Locke, who's a powerlifting coach, and he's pretty open about like his mental health challenges.
Yeah.
And I think he's pretty open about football being maybe a contributor in that case, and we've talked about that. But yeah, it's definitely like, I don't know. He played at university level too, so I really wonder, like, my goal was to go and play university football too. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have played past university, so I'm kind of glad I didn't. Like, I don't know if, you know what I mean? That would have been a net negative.
Yeah, it would have just been
some great memories, I'm sure. But like, your head is just so precious, man. Like, I don't want to continue messing with that.
So, okay, so say you could go back and you could pick a different sport. What would you pick?
From what I played?
Yeah, say football didn't exist.
Oh, I mean, I played lots of sports.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But like your main sport.
Okay.
To something that would be your main sport. Like you didn't play hockey and you said you like hockey.
Yeah, probably hockey.
Yeah, but still like there's still head trauma.
I know
there.
you still get head trauma with that. But it's not nearly the risk there's way less, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it'd be safe.
I mean all the choices, you made led you to literally sitting here right now.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's
yeah.
Okay, I got a pressing question.
Okay.
Would you rather lose your phone or your wallet?
Phone.
Why?
Because all the information on my phone is backed up. My wallet
is
isn't.
it?
Yeah.
You're confident if like your phone just like exploded at this minute?
No, I'm not. But I know for sure my wallet isn't.
Yeah.
So that's a guaranteed nightmare.
It's just more hassle.
Here's the thing. The wallet is a guaranteed nightmare. The phone is a maybe nightmare.
Okay. Wallet or all of your keys?
Wallet.
Okay.
That I want to get rid of. Yeah, I'd rather keep the keys.
Keep the keys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so random. It's like, it's weird because I would I think I would.
No, I'm confident with that. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm thinking of like how I would answer it.
How would you answer it?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I think like wallets.
Get rid of the phone.
Yeah, but the phone is like, I have everything set up. I have all my apps. I have all my contacts. I have everything.
All that's on the cloud.
You just cancel everything and
this is all on the cloud.
Mail me new cards.
I mean, you have to set up the phone, but other than that, all the information's on the cloud.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your Apple account, whatever, it's all on there. Right?
Only just if you have this phone to get a new phone.
Go get a new Apple phone and then you can like log in and then all your stuff's right there. You're good.
What if you're not on the cloud?
You are. What do you mean? You have an iPhone.
But I mean, like, yeah, I guess.
No, yeah, that's dumb. I mean, definitely get rid of the phone will be the first to go. That's silly. 100%.
I saw a study recently.
Yeah.
Speaking of phones for technology, that it looked at people with severe mental health issues.
Yeah.
And fitness trackers. And I was like, this is interesting. Like what? So the whole thing was like, is it going to help or harm?
Promote neuroticism and obsession type of thing?
Well, not even that. Is it going to, you might, not see progress you might get more depressed or something like that.
Well, also,
they found, and now mind you, this is like one study and this was like, people with severe mental health issues.
Yeah.
Severe.
Yeah.
Or serious. One of the S words that's
substantial, severe, serious.
Yeah. Something like that.
Stupid, silly, salacious.
And also obese.
Okay.
And they did 6 months of wearing, I think it was a Fitbit or an Apple, whatever it was.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Fitness tracker. And all of them, or not all of them, the majority, it was positive. They felt more motivated to get their steps in.
That's been my experience with clients, right?
They felt more motivated to, complete their circle, whatever it might be. I think that's pretty positive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't wear it 100% of the time, but I know that when I'm wearing it, I'm like, oh, can I beat the calories I did last time?
Oh, okay.
Maybe I should go a bit faster so I can it's like it gives you that competitive edge.
I think that helps.
Yeah.
What I don't like about it is and maybe this isn't that common because I don't have any wearable tech. Like I've never done it. So I don't know. But as far as like my experience with talking to people or seeing online people who use them, it's like if you're waking up and you're, I don't know, like just like your heart rate variability or whatever, just like something that you're using as a marker for like recoverability or whatever. It's like if you're basing your workouts and your days off that, which you probably are doing that inherently. So even like, say I got a watch, like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit today, and then it's all set up. I go to sleep tonight. I wake up. I'm like, wow, I slept like crap. At least that's what my watch says. And then I'm like getting ready for the gym and I'm just naturally starting to yawn. I'm less focused. I'm filling up my water, kind of like not kind of dazed. Like how much of that is affected by the fact that my watch told me that information, right? It's guaranteed to affect it.
Yeah.
Who knows how much, but some non-zero amount that is going to affect me. It's like, I don't want that information. I'd rather just go off like.
But not if like, they were strictly using it for just working out, not for sleep tracking.
Oh, true. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Sleep
I guess in the real life, you use it for all of it, right? That's the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. But in the study, you're saying they were using it.
It's just interesting because like, you know, when we grew up, like there was still very little technology. There definitely wasn't wearable technology like this.
No.
Right? As we were kids.
Yeah, definitely not.
Now there's almost like too many brands of wearable stuff.
Is there?
Oh my gosh.
They have the Oura Ring. I don't know that many,
they got a million brands of wearable stuff.
I know Fitbit, Apple Watch.
They got a million and one
Garmin
brands.
does one.
Yeah,
right?
but then they have all the no-name brands.
There that many?
There's like 27 million from China.
Oh.
That are all like
that doesn't
copies
count.
Of.
Would you ever get the ring?
No.
You don't like that idea?
It's kind of thick.
Yeah.
I just
forget about
aesthetics.
Forget about that though. Aesthetics.
Anyway, so what I want to ask you, say you knowing what you know now and what you grew up with, and you being 31, would you go back to a year that you've previously lived, but you would be 31 and want to like accomplish like fitness goals and stuff in that year? Because there's a lot of distractions with like social media and, you know, a million options for all this technology and stuff. Do you feel like all this is helping you and you would stay right here? Or do you feel like, oh yeah, I'd go back to like 2004 where it was like a simpler time and I could just focus on like my workouts and I wouldn't see Jimmy's deadlift and be angry because Jimmy's rounding his back on his deadlift.
Yeah, to be honest, I would go back in time, but I wouldn't go, even though I love the present day and I'm excited for the future, but I would go back not because I have an issue with comparing myself to other people, maybe like a normal amount. Love, whatever. But it doesn't hamper me. Like that's not like a serious thing I have where like social media gets me down because I see people stronger or better than me in some way or something. But it would be the less opportunity for distraction.
Yeah.
That sounds attractive to me.
Yeah.
That sounds real attractive to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like back then it was like magazines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want it, like
Game Boy Color.
You could just,
yeah, like just less.
You could just shut it down.
Yeah, just less opportunity for it.
Kind of like what we're going to do right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 2.
Yeah, so you can find me at Slays Fit and at theslay.team on Instagram. You can also find me at slaysfit.com.
Good. Get some programs on there.
Yeah.
The people want them.
Check it out.
Yeah. You can find me at Tim_MSHC on Instagram. And if you're interested in in-person training, go to www.modusstrength.ca.
Stay peaked.